So guys, as you come to watch the video, please remember to say hello. Let me know in the comment section below where you are watching me from. And also please remember to give the video a thumbs up because A, it is free, B, it helps with the algorithms, and C, it helps to motivate me. So without much further ado, let's dive right into today's video. We are going to look at some entertaining uses of ChatGPT that you most probably never knew were possible. So we're going to look at some non-obvious ChatGPT use cases. So if you do not know what ChatGPT is, it is a generative AI, artificial intelligence, that has been creating a lot of stir in the community, and I just thought to talk about some of the non-obvious ways you can use it. So number one, you can use ChatGPT to write a Twitter thread on any subject of your choice. So just go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to create a Twitter thread for you. This will not only save you time, but also give you ideas of what you can write on your Twitter thread. Number two, you can actually ask ChatGPT to write a novel for you. So just make sure that you ask it, for example, to develop a plot for you. Write the type of novel you want. Is it a romantic novel? Is it a mystery novel? And you can give it some ideas of who are some of the characters you want in your novel, and ChatGPT can come up with a novel plot for you. Number three way you can use ChatGPT, and this is one of my favorite because I have used it a couple of times, is for ChatGPT to create for you guest speaker Q&A prompt. So for example, you have a guest on your YouTube channel or in your event, and you're going to want to ask questions from your guest. So you can have ChatGPT pre-generate some of the questions for you. So for example, you can say, and here is a question for you. So from our AI, for example, yeah? So let's say, for example, you're going to be meeting, you're going to be hosting a YouTube on your channel, and you're going to be talking about online dating, for example, let's say, or distance dating, for example. And let's say this particular YouTuber is currently in a long distance dating kind of relationship. So you can ask the ChatGPT, for example, what questions should I ask my YouTube live guest who is currently in an online dating relationship, for example. So that's something you can ask ChatGPT. Number four, non-obvious way you can use ChatGPT is for creating games. So you can use ChatGPT to plot out and design any new games that you are looking for. So some people have even used ChatGPT to help solve crossword puzzles. So I know of an 11-year-old boy who created a game for ChatGPT that is basically a chatbot that uses artificial intelligence to solve crossword puzzles. Number five way you can use ChatGPT, an obvious, non-obvious ChatGPT use case you hadn't thought about, is for dating help. So if you are looking to add a little flirtation to your first message on a dating app, you could ask ChatGPT to give you some ideas on how you can go about it. So for example, you can tell ChatGPT, I am gonna write my first message on a dating app. Please give me some ideas for my first message. Yeah? Number six, non-obvious ChatGPT use case is dealing with loneliness and anxiety. So ChatGPT excels in one-on-one conversations. So you can, for example, go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, I'm really anxious right now. And then ChatGPT will obviously respond and tell you something that will make you feel better. So sometimes just expressing your thoughts or emotions to ChatGPT can have ChatGPT act as your online therapist. So you could use ChatGPT therapeutically. You can ask it, for example, to give you generate for you general prompts to help you deal with anxiety. Okay, so those are some of the things you can use ChatGPT for. You can also use ChatGPT for naming things. So let's say, for example, you are thinking of a new name for your YouTube channel. So you can tell ChatGPT, please help me come up with a name for my new YouTube channel. It's gonna be documenting my journey as I build my off-grid homestead by the shores of Lake Victoria, for example, yeah? And then the number 7 way you can use ChatGPT, an entertaining use of ChatGPT you never thought of, is translating on the go. You can use ChatGPT on your mobile, so it is a perfect translation tool. So say, for example, you are a travel vlogger and you are traveling in Italy and you need help. So you can ask ChatGPT, for example, you can enter there in the prompts, translate the following in French, for example. Let's say you're in France. My car is nearly out of fuel. Can you tell me where the nearest petrol station is? Or you can tell ChatGPT, translate the following into French. I am so hungry. Can you tell me where the nearest vegan restaurant is? So that is just an example of how you can use ChatGPT for translation on the go. Number 8 where you can use ChatGPT is for fitness. So let's say, for example, you wanna be able to run, or let's say you wanna summit Mount Kilimanjaro in 3 months' time. So you can ask ChatGPT to outline mountaineering summit plan for you to be able to achieve this. So ChatGPT would develop a mountaineering or a hiking plan to help you summit Mount Kilimanjaro in 3 months. Number 8 way you can use ChatGPT you never thought about was for coding and integration. So ChatGPT can actually create for you a WordPress plugin. So that is something else you can consider. Number 10 way you can use ChatGPT is for creating lesson plans. This especially applies for teachers. So if you're thinking about, let's say you have so many students, but you don't have enough time to create lesson planning stuff, so you can offload this to ChatGPT. And let's say your lesson is entitled The History and Impact of Artificial Intelligence on Content Creation, for example. So, and then that maybe is the topic you want. So you can tell ChatGPT, please create a lesson plan on this topic. So you can be very specific and tell the ChatGPT, please give the lesson a title, give it an objective, materials that are going to be required, and then a lesson outline, yeah? And then the number 11 where you can use ChatGPT that you hadn't thought about is finding your podcast guests or your YouTube live guests or whatever it is, yeah? So you can probably ask, let's say I wanted guests for this YouTube channel. I would say, I would enter into this prompt into ChatGPT. Who are ideal guests for my Eva Mtali Finance podcast, for example? So ChatGPT would give you ideal guests for your, let's say, personal finance channel for that matter. And then you could also then continue, once it has given you who would be ideal guests, you can tell ChatGPT to give you examples, yeah? So they could give you examples of ideal guests for your personal finance podcast channel. And number 12 where you can use ChatGPT, another non-obvious use case for ChatGPT is to handle your YouTube comments and reviews, or even just your general social media comments and reviews. So if you get overwhelmed with responding to social media issues or comments, you can literally tell ChatGPT to respond to this particular YouTube comment, or if it's a TikTok video, you can ask ChatGPT, please respond to this TikTok comment, and then just enter that comment and ChatGPT will give you like a reply, yeah? So that's something you can do. Another way you can use ChatGPT is to reduce bias. So sometimes it's very difficult, let's say as a content creator, you're trying to separate embedded biases in your YouTube videos. You can ask ChatGPT to help you with ideas. So specifically, you can ask ChatGPT to check a script for a video you're hoping to put up, or for an article you're hoping to put up, and ask ChatGPT to check that particular text for racial bias, and so far it does an excellent job. You can also use ChatGPT for furniture design. So I know people who've used ChatGPT with Midjourney to design different stuff. So after ChatGPT creates the idea, you can edit that particular furniture for clarity and brevity, and then you put it into Midjourney. So that's just another way you can use ChatGPT for furniture design. Another way you can use ChatGPT is to create a serialized novel. So let's say you're trying to have like a series of novels, so you can have people coming back to buy your novels. You can ask ChatGPT to, sort of like lead ChatGPT through iterations of a story text that lead to individual frames of a serialized novel, yeah? And then another way you can use ChatGPT is to prepare for an interview. So let's say you have been invited by by another fellow YouTuber to their podcast or their YouTube channel about the future of generative AI, for example. So while this is closely related to AI in general, it may be a little bit out of your natural element. So you can ask ChatGPT to help you think through an interview about generative AI in the context of content creation, for example. And it could help you in terms of a few potential questions you may be asked in an interview, and suggestions for how to answer them. So that is one way you can use ChatGPT. Another way you can use ChatGPT is for gift ideas, yeah? So let's say you want to buy your boyfriend or your girlfriend a Valentine gift, but you're not really sure what to gift for them. So you can ask ChatGPT, for example, suggest a Valentine gift idea and 10,000 Kenya shillings for 40 plus woman who loves content creation, for example, yeah? And then another way you can use ChatGPT is to explain complex concepts. So for example, you're not very sure what generative AI is all about, or Web 3.0 is all about, you can just ask ChatGPT, explain generative AI to me as if I were a 3-year-old. Yeah. Last but not least way you can use ChatGPT is to edit. Yeah. So let's say if you want to edit a blog or a journal or an article, and it's using like APA style guidelines, for example, you could ask ChatGPT to edit the following text using APA style guidelines, and most of the time it will do a perfect job. So you could also even ask ChatGPT for, like, let's say, help me with 10 suggestions for a video channel around personal finance, for example. So there are tons of things you can ask ChatGPT that you never knew were possible, and some use cases that are not so obvious. So I hope you get to try some of these use cases for ChatGPT and let me know how it goes. Thank you for staying to the very end of this video, and I'm just gonna end with a quote from Elon Musk. Sorry, just give me one moment. I'll show you a quote by Elon Musk. You can see here, ChatGPT is scary good. We are not far from dangerously strong AI. That is an article that a tweet by Elon Musk. And I think it just goes on to show how generative AI is changing our world. So thank you so much for staying to the end. If this video was helpful, please leave a sweet comment below, give it a like, and please share it with your circles. Thank you for staying to the end. I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.